The Money in the Bank PLE goes down June 7th. At this point, I think we're close enough where we can start to speculate, but we're not close enough yet where we actually know the direction they're going to go. So today, I'm going to speculate on who I think is going to win. I think it comes down to 5 names. I'm going to rank them from least likely to most likely, break it down, why I believe that these guys have a chance to win, and maybe fantasy book along the way. First up, number 5, Seth Rollins. Now, I don't want to see this. Truthfully, I know Seth's character would be tremendous with the Money in the Bank. We've already seen what he could do with the Money in the Bank. And I do believe Seth is going to win the World Championship later this year. That is going to happen. The seeds were already planted for Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. I think that's going to build all the way till WrestleMania. I think Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, get his crowning moment there, and then go on to challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Now, how does Seth get the title? Obviously, it could come due to Money in the Bank. Seth has this faction now building. We have Braun Breaker. We have Paul Heyman. I think Austin Theory is going to join. I think Bronson Reed could fit in. There's a couple names that could align with these guys, but I do think this group will build, and I think this group with the Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw could change things up. I just don't think Seth needs it. I'm sick of seeing made guys win the Money in the Bank. I wish the Money in the Bank would go back to making superstars. Being the moment that these guys need to cross that bridge. Guys that are just knocking on the door and they need a little boost. Somebody like Seth Rollins does not need it. Look at last year, Drew McIntyre. I believe that is one of the worst uses of the Money in the Bank we've ever seen. He did not need it. He cashes in the same night. Blown, gone. All year, we went without the Money in the Bank basically existing because it was just thrown in the drain the same night. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to see anything similar to that. I'm sick of seeing that. Let's make a star. Let's put the rocket on somebody. Let's get him to the next level. Seth Rollins' character, I know would be tremendous. I know Seth Rollins can carry this briefcase and make great television. I know it would be fun, but he just does not need it. He can get in the world title picture without it. Coming in at number 4, Finn Balor. And I know this is wishful thinking. I know all he's done the last couple of years is just eat pins, eat losses. He is nowhere near it right now, but I think that's why it would be perfect for him to do it. He's going to split from the Judgment Day soon. And I do think the Money in the Bank could be a perfect way to get it settled. Because as of right now, the Judgment Day, Dom is Intercontinental Champion. Liv and Raquel are Tag Team Champions. Finn just doesn't fit in. Not just because he's not a champion, because JD's not a champion, Carlito's not a champion. Finn has not been on the same page as these guys when it comes to plans. We've seen that when he confronts JD. Why did you not tell me you were returning? We've seen that when Dom pins him at WrestleMania. The Judgment Day is going to kick Finn out at some point. Hopefully replace him. Hopefully get some new members. You can't run a faction with just JD, Carlito, and Dom. That's Job Squad 2.0. We need some meat in this. We need a big powerhouse in this group. So whoever replaces Finn, that'd be the perfect opportunity. What I would like to see is Finn Balor wins Money in the Bank after being kicked out of the Judgment Day. I think the Judgment Day kick out needs to happen now. Let's turn Finn face, and then let's have that moment be a celebratory thing. Or we could go the other option. We could go he wins Money in the Bank. He has his celebration with the Judgment Day, and they beat him down anyways. Something similar to Randy Orton being kicked out of Evolution. Something that it's supposed to be a celebration, but that's just the ultimate twist. They beat him down anyways. Didn't see it coming. Get Finn really elevated as a face. Him feuding with the Judgment Day is a perfect way to get him back on the same page that he was on back in 2016 when he became the first Universal Champion. Held it for one day, and he has not been able to get back to a World Championship reign since. That is incredibly long for somebody this talented. This is the perfect opportunity to get Finn Balor back in the world title scene. Next up, number 3, Karrion Kross. Every single story, every single segment, this guy kills it. His character is so in-depth. He's one of the best mic workers in the whole company. Everything he says is intriguing. You are constantly listening. You have to pay attention to him mimicking the person's hairstyle he's talking to. This character has so many layers. Him as Money in the Bank would be tremendous. I also think Karrion Kross holding the briefcase could set up a perfect briefcase customization. I think he could put the hourglass on there, TikTok, something. Something to make that thing cool, make that thing go off the shelves, and they can make a ton of merch sales off of it. But Karrion Kross is going to cross into that main event picture. He is too damn talented. You see the mic work. You see the talent in the ring. He's too good to stay out of the world title scene, and this is the perfect way to do it. He's cryptic. He's been cryptic for many years now. Him teasing cash-ins cryptically is something we actually haven't seen. Somebody that speaks in riddles, speaks cryptically, tease when they're going to cash in. That would be a tremendous story. If week after week he left hints, you had to decode them, you had to figure it out through backstage segments, vignettes, even when he's in the ring. He has stepped up, he's delivered good matches. I know his contract is running up. WWE needs to make it a priority to re-sign him. Do not let this man walk. He is too talented. He is too good. And he belongs in this company on the main event scene. And we need to cross that bridge and get it done this year. Not next year. Not 2 years from now. This year, Karrion Kross needs to get into the main event scene. Whether that's through Money in the Bank or something else, that's just what my option would be right now is Money in the Bank. Because that's the easy foil. That's the easy way to get somebody elevated into the main event scene. The second most likely name to win Money in the Bank this year is Chad Gable. I think he would kill it with the briefcase. I think he would tell great stories. He's got the comedy character. He's got the serious character. He's obviously as good as anybody on that roster in the ring. He's as good as anybody on that roster with character work. He puts it together just as good as anybody. It is a shame he has not even held a mid-card title yet. It is a shame he has not held singles gold. Last year at WrestleMania 40, he was robbed. He should have been the one to dethrone Gunther. They didn't go that direction. Just push him off to the side. Doesn't make sense to me. Right now, he's tied up with El Grande Americano. He's portraying that. And I do think there's a lot of story left to tell there. Worlds Collide's coming up. I think he's going to have some involvement. But Rey Mysterio just had surgery. The payoff to this is going to change. I do think Rey versus El Grande Americano was going to lead to a mask versus mask match. But now, since Rey's on the shelf, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe one of these other luchadors are the ones to have the mask versus mask match with him and unmask him. Whether that's Penta, whether that's Phoenix, Dragon Lee, whoever steps up. I do believe that's the direction they're going to go, and that's okay. But Chad Gable has been too good for too long, and he's been pushed aside, and now's the time to pull the trigger. And Chad Gable, whether you wanted to put him in the WWE title picture, whether you wanted to put him in the world title picture, he's deserving of both. I need Chad Gable to win singles gold. And I need it to be a world championship. It is too much of a shame to let him just float around in the mid-card picture and not even capture gold. Now we cannot do the same thing with the world titles. Chad Gable needs this. You cannot go wrong putting the Money in the Bank briefcase on Chad Gable. Now, number 1, L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight, 2 years ago, looked like he was primed to win Money in the Bank. Obviously, Damian Priest won it. No shame in that. Priest killed it. He really stepped up to the plate, especially with his World Heavyweight Championship title reign. He stepped up and proved he belonged. No shame on that. But the fans have been waiting to see L.A. Knight break through. And I do think this is the opportunity. I think you could put the yeah right on the briefcase as well. I think that would sell. L.A. Knight, major reactions every time he walks out there. His music hits, crowd goes crazy. He gets on the mic, crowd goes crazy. L.A. Knight is going to win the Money in the Bank. That's what I believe as of right now. And here's what's going to happen. John Cena has been counting down with the ticker. 26 dates, 25 dates. We're going to see that throughout the whole year. And I do think that's going to be the story all the way until the end. And I do think John Cena is going to threaten week after week, well, at least when he shows up, that he's going to walk out with the title. That's going to be looming on WWE television as we get later in the year. Right now, it's only April. We have plenty of time, right, until December, until he actually retires. But I do think Cena is going to cheat and carry the title all the way through. It is going to be a story of now we only have 15 dates. Now we only have 12 dates. Now we only have 8 dates to get the WWE Championship back before he goes home with it. It's going to be a tremendous story. Obviously it'll be similar to CM Punk in 2011. I do think they tie back to that. CM Punk will face John Cena for the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. That's my prediction right now, and I do think Cena is going to win and walk out as WWE Champion over CM Punk to pay homage to their match back in 2011. But I do think Cena is carrying this belt all the way till the end. I think the winner of the Money in the Bank should be primed to cash in on John Cena. With that being said, how do you do it perfectly? You do it with a babyface that is over, that is just on the brink of being a megastar. I mean, he does call himself the megastar, doesn't he? I think him being the one to cash in on Cena and dethrone Cena for the 17th title reign comes to an end because of LA Knight. That's how the company gets the WWE Championship back. That's the perfect way to do it. I think that story is already in the works, and I think LA Knight and John Cena had their moment a couple years ago. We've seen John Cena raise his hand, somewhat of a passing of the torch. Now let's officially do it. Let's officially hand this over to LA Knight. He's as deserving as anybody. He gets the reactions just as well as anybody. LA Knight is ready for this. I think we could see LA Knight cash in ahead of time, similar to RVD against John Cena. One Night Stand, 2006. I could see a similar thing like that, or it could be something where it's the last night and LA Knight makes the save for the WWE Championship. Imagine that. John Cena has one date left, and he defends the title against some other babyface, and he beats him, and it seems like Cena's going to walk out. And then that music hits. LA Knight comes in, saves the company, saves the title. That's a good story. You could also just announce it ahead of time. Put all the weight on LA Knight's shoulders. Say, this is your chance. You're the only man we got left. You need to bring the company back. Either way, either option is going to be great, but I do think LA Knight is going to be the one to win the Money in the Bank. Now, of course, I could be wrong on the WWE Championship. He could just target the World Heavyweight Championship. Right? That's the tricky thing about the Money in the Bank. It could go towards the world title, could go towards the WWE title, but regardless, wherever it goes, it needs to make a star. I want to see somebody win the Money in the Bank that has never been a world champion, and I want to see them successfully cash in. I don't want to see none of the garbage cashing in on United States championships and failing, cashing in on a world championship and failing when you're already a multi-time world champion yourself. I want to get the Money in the Bank on somebody that has not been a world champion and get them to that level for the first time, just like they did with Edge, just like what the Money in the Bank used to be with guys like Rob Van Dam and CM Punk. Let's do it again, and let's put the stamp on somebody. Guys, thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win the Money in the Bank? And check back in later this week when I break down the women's most likeliest winners of the Money in the Bank. Like, comment, share, subscribe.